Hi guys, I just want to respond to this financial guru, Caleb Hammer. What's that old expression? Those who can't do, go to YouTube. To panhandle. Now, I don't mind panhandling on YouTube, but it looks bad if you're a financial advisor. Caleb, if you want to perform, you put the collection hat, discreetly to the side, and you let people throw in. You don't come in and beg for money. Listen,
You guys should be thinking about is we now have all these extra things with our YouTube membership program. You can sign up for our post show. We talk about extra drama for the episode that we didn't.
there you are, extra drama. And I'm going to talk about your finances. Now, he's going to talk about a couple things here in this video. He's going to talk about rent and retirement. And I have things to say about that. Here's this young woman. She wastes her money, all right? And that's all she is. She just wastes her money. That's why she's in trouble. And it shouldn't take Caleb over an hour to say, stop wasting your money, right? Well, let's get into this.
About the bonus, what's coming in there? Because you know, it's always the people that make the most that somehow
get trapped.
They don't get trapped, they waste their money. They get a lot of money and they just blast it. But it's not just people. You'll see this is a very typical female thing to do, right?
Themselves the most, yeah. Mm-hmm. What's your bonus?
It's based on productivity, so I get a little.
I don't care about her bonus. Let's get into the fact that she's buying expensive stuff like a Porsche.
Reason I was already looking into 3 different kinds of cars. I love Ford. We're a Ford family. I had a Ford Edge.
Why is there loyalty to a car brand for a family?
It's what we've always.
Why don't we just get the car we can afford?
Yeah, at that time, Ford was affordable. I mean, Ford is not affordable now.
It's all excuses, right? But it doesn't matter. She didn't get a Ford. She's going to tell you she got a Porsche.
Oh, and for the customer service that it was, I was tired of being dicked around, essentially. I know there's something wrong with my car. I take it to them, and they take 3 weeks to figure it out, and I was tired of they were incompetent.
Okay.
And so I wanted to buy a car that had good customer service. And so I researched a lot, and I just happened to go to the Porsche dealership.
No, this isn't about customer service. She wanted a status symbol. Women spend all kinds of money on status symbols. And what happens is they usually have a man in their life who handles the basics, like the rent, right? And they get to waste their money. And without a man in the equation, this is what happens.
And the car that I got is pre-owned. It's not a brand new one.
The sad part about this is that women don't need status to get by in life, yet they're status obsessed.
So let's spend $1,500 a month on a used car. Okay, sure.
Well, customer service is excellent, and
just be honest, lady. It's a Porsche, and you want to show off your Porsche. It doesn't matter if it's used, Caleb. It's a status symbol. Why are you taking an hour long just to say sell the expensive car and get a cheap one?
It was only $20,000 more than what I paid for the Edge.
That doesn't mean that the Edge was a good choice either, though. I've never paid $20,000 a month for customer service before.
Yeah, you're right.
It's an interesting customer service bill.
True.
Do we put 20% aside on a monthly basis when usually we save retirement for last?
Yeah. You know why? Because, guys, it's saving for retirement is the same as saving for your funeral. That whole bullshit idea of life starts at 60 is just that, is bullshit. And this is the thing. You don't know if you're going to make it there, right? Now take a look at this. Ever play the game of snakes and ladders? The game, you're just rolling dice and trying to get ahead of one another to get to the end. Along the way, there are ladders that are boost and you can jump up, get ahead. But there's also snakes. If you hit the head of the snake, you travel, you get, all the way back down to where you started. Right. And unlike the game, because in the game, there's an equal amount of ladders to snakes. Real life, there's far, far more snakes than ladders. How often do people win sweepstakes, right? But there's all kinds of cases where you get in a car crash or have a heart attack or your house burns down, all kinds of those, right? So saving for retirement is not a nice steady road, right? All your best plans could go up in smoke. So if you waste too much time worrying about the future, your retirement, what it does is it eats up your youth. And then you're at the end of your rope and you say, wow, I didn't have a lifetime to look back on.
Let's just go there. Do we do that when this IRA here is sitting at $12,000? $12,000, and we put $1,500 a month towards a car?
Yeah.
In what world does that make sense?
I mean, it did.
It makes sense if you want to show off your status, dude. Why do women buy jewelry? Jewelry is the biggest waste of wealth ever. Ever. Yet they get tons of it. Right? It's status. And that's worth it to these gals because they don't need anything else, right? Well, they don't need status either, but I mean, that's the only drive they have, right? You, Caleb, are worrying about getting the girl. See? So your drive to save money is to get the woman. That's why so many couples, it's the man that handles the finances. Well, it's the woman who wastes the money. Because he's the one who has to provide. And it'll be in this case too. She'll even mention it. The death of her father or whatever was the, not whatever. The death of her father is what started all this because there was no man to handle the finances.
$18,000 a year. Do you have retirement outside of this IRA?
Nope. My employer gives me, they match it.
You're where I'd want someone to be at like 26, 27.
Yeah.
You're a retard, Caleb. At 26, you're not thinking about retirement. Look, guys, here's something. I'm going to give you a snakes and ladder situation in my life. Now I was 23. I got some life insurance and it built up too. Like you could actually cash it in. I said, that's a good idea. I said, I may as well do that. And we'll build up, build up into, supposedly tens of thousands of dollars by the time I'm retired. I said, I'll start that up. That'll be an addition. Guess what happened? All of a sudden, my father passed away. The finances, he took care of that. Next thing you know, when it matured, I had to cash in right away and only got a few thousand. But I needed the money right away, right? I mean, you just don't know what's going to happen in the future. So you can try to plan, but you can't really plan, And so it's the same way. And again, when you're 26, you're living your life. You can't live your life if you're living for your death. That's what's going on here. You're living for your death when you worry about retirement when you're too young. I didn't start worrying about retirement till I was 50. When I'm old enough that I say, yes, I'm 15 years away. This woman's only 40. When I was 40, retirement was 25 years away. That's an entire lifetime.
Yeah.
How in your mind are you possibly justifying such a big customer service? Customer service?
I know.
So we're gonna not retire because of customer service.
I also wanted it.
There she is. It has nothing to do with customer service, dipshit. It's a status symbol, and she wants to she's living now for herself, and because everything's taken care of, she makes so much money that she just waste it. Now, if she was honest, she'd just say, yes, a Porsche, something I can show off, and I want to show it off. That's all she needs to say. And all you need to say is, you know, stop wasting your money on status. Stop being so status obsessed.
You what?
I also wanted it.
Well, yeah. I mean, I hope so. I hope you didn't get a car. I hope you were like, I hate this. Let me get this.
What a stupid response. A stupid response.
Of course. Do you want to retire?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that was a very unconfident yeah.
I mean,
Are we talking about early retirement? Like, would you like to retire at 45 or 55? If we're not, then that's why she's not worried about it. She's only 40 years old. 25, retirement is 25 years in the future. No one knows what's going to happen by then.
at some point, yes, I will retire.
You will?
Mhm.
How are you getting there? Because right now, math is not mathin'.
Yeah, I understand.
And they're going to have to push the retirement age for Social Security and everything like that for full benefits.
I doubt I'll get Social Security.
Why?
I'm not very hopeful the way this government is going.
That's a falsehood, because if she was worried about that, she would prioritize the retirement fund much more than she is. She isn't. So she's just making an excuse. Right.
Okay, so then let's pretend.
And that's
let's
also
pretend
why.
that. So now what's your plan?
Well,
What's going on? What her plan was to her to show up here and have man wave a magic wand so that she can waste all her money and still get everything she wants. She should get a husband. That's all you should be saying. You're saying, look, get a husband, find some sucker who makes as much as you, and he can do what men do, pay all the bills, and then all your money can be your own.
yeah, good point.
You know you're on an insane mountain of debt. You've lived your life by debt. Like, debt should be tattooed across your back or something, because this, you are in so much debt.
Yeah.
And we have, for your age, not great retirement.
Yeah.
When did you get the Porsche?
April of 2023. Last April.
Okay. A little over a year ago.
Yep. And I will say, I did not create all this debt. I inherited some of it.
What do you
And
mean inherited?
I took over some of my mother's.
Credit?
Here we go, guys. She took over her mother's. How did her mother get into debt?
Card debt?
Mm-hmm. We have the same name. And so a lot of times.
Yeah, but were you on it?
Yes.
Oh, you were on the credit.
Yeah.
Well, that's okay. That's not inheriting. You took it on by being.
But I took it on, and I did not know that there was so much when I.
She's enabling her mother's bad spending habits. She has bad spending habits. So does her mother. She's enabling it. See, she didn't inherit it. Like she said, she took it on, but she's not really taking it on. She's enabling her mother because she's doing it herself anyway.
When I started making more of my own money.
Why were you on her debt? Why are you
we
authorized
always
users
did,
and stuff?
Yeah, she built my credit from when I was in high school. We started building my credit.
When did your mother pass?
She did not. My dad did.
She did not. My dad did. That's right. Things were doing fine when the man was there, the workhorse, that knew he had to pay all the bills to keep this woman who didn't want him. Your mother was not interested in your father for himself. He was the bill payer. And of course, she never had to worry about the bills. So all her money was her own. So of course, when he passed away, bingo, there was no one there to rein her in or put any, she never learned how to handle the money. Right? But she did know to come to you to make you the new workhorse. You're the father now, lady. You're the husband.
My mom is still alive.
So you're just helping her?
I'm helping her.
When did you start?
Enabling her. This Caleb guy doesn't know the proper terms. She's enabling her bad spending habits.
Helping her.
About 10 years ago.
Okay, well that just makes no sense. I mean, let me just call that out immediately. This first card, and a lot of these cards are basically maxed out.
Yeah.
So if we've been helping for 10 years, we've helped about
I feel like-
$1 a month.
I feel like I'm drowning. I do feel
Well,
like
where's the help? You say for 10 years, where's the 10 years gone?
Right, but what happens is I pay more than the minimum pay.
I know this is all for drama and YouTube, but this is also a waste of time. These are stupid questions. There should be nothing to talk to her about. Or I should say, there should be no questions at this point. Should be turn around and say, sell that car and get something you can afford. That's it. And stop enabling your mother. That's it. But I'm keeping around because he's going to talk about rent. And Caleb's here is going to prove he doesn't know what he's talking about when it comes to rent.
Payment every month.
Mm-hmm.
And there for a while, I was giving them $1,000 a month and I was paying it down. And then when my dad died, we just had a lot of extra stuff. And then the cards went back up.
When did he pass away?
10 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's when the financial problems began. There was no man to bear the burdens.
Okay.
So what I'm saying is right now, and this is partly why I wanted to come on, is because I know that something's got to change. And what happens right now is I pay all my bills, but then at the end of the month, I need to go to the grocery store, and then I end up using a card to go to the grocery store or something like that. And so,
But what's your rent? Do you rent?
yes,
What's your rent?
$24.95.
Oh, are you
Which
the only
is-
one there?
I'm the only one there. My mom comes.
It sounds humongous, right? But it turns out this woman makes $132,000 a year. And this is where I'm talking about rent. Let's see. What percentage, let's see, should be paid on rent? Let's see what it brings up. About 30%. The 30% rule. Okay. This young lady, where is she? Makes $132,000 a year. What's 30% of that? Right? It's over $30,000. Right? Matter of fact, I think it comes to about 40,000. So she could pay up to $40,000 in rent and be fine. She's only paying 24,000. So let's see what Caleb says about this.
Comes and stays with me about a week or two every month. So she has her own room.
Why the f is your rent so expensive for
Yeah,
someone that lives
Austin,
alone?
freaking Texas.
No.
It's expensive, yes, but it's within her means. So what's your issue, dude? Caleb, are you a financial advisor? Because this is terrible financial advice you're giving right now.
Yeah.
There's rent for $900 in Austin, Texas. You're not going to live in a thrilling place. Why is
Yeah, but she doesn't need to live like that, genius. You might have to live like that. She doesn't. I can see her selling her car, but there's absolutely no reason why she should get a cheaper apartment. She can easily afford the apartment she's in if she gets her spending under control.
Yeah.
your rent
Because
$2,400?
I also have a grand piano, and a grand piano does not live in a studio apartment.
Get rid of
The grand piano is another status symbol, everyone, right?
it. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, I do give a It's not easy. And
What's that easy?
that was a gift my dad gave my mom on their wedding.
Can it be in her?
There you go again. The man gave her that gift. The man is the provider, but not only of the bills, he's also the providers of status symbols, right? But since it's a gift, that piano isn't costing her anything. There's nothing wrong with having a status symbol when it's given for free, right? Like her Porsche, she's wasting money on, but the grand piano is there. And it's not costing her a dime. So this Caleb guy should know better than to give her a hard time with this grand piano, especially when it's sitting in an apartment that she can afford.
Her place?
No, she lives in a 1-bedroom house on a ranch with my brother.
Okay, get a storage unit.
No, I play it, she plays it.
Play it in the storage unit.
So you're going to pay for a storage unit for a piano that's sitting in your apartment for free. Okay. That's good financial advice. So she can downgrade an apartment that she doesn't need to. The apartment she's in, she can easily afford. It's below 30% of her income.
What? So because
This is why this panhandler is on YouTube.
Easy for you to say that, but what I'm saying
yeah,
is
as
there is
someone who loves piano. Yeah.
sentimental value attached to this. We've
Okay.
already I've already had a discussion with my mom to sell the piano. It kills my soul to sell that piano.
But you're gonna sell it?
I've already had, I've looked
Again, it's not just sentimental value. It's a status symbol. So it has less to do with her father and more about bragging rights.
into it, but it's too old, they said.
I can respect sentimental, but you just said that after everything is paid, your groceries have to be put on debt. And I can see immediately, because of the sentimental piano, the space that it needs, you're spending minimum an extra $1,000 a month than you need for a place to live for yourself.
Correct.
Noah, what's your rent? $13.56. He's $13.56. He lives in Austin. Jake, what's your rent? $2,200 with his fiance, 2 of them living together plus a roommate.
So what? All you're saying is they don't make as much money as she does. You financial genius. Jeez. She can afford it. Just tell her to rein her spending in. I'm only in 10 minutes. Oh my God. I'm pretty sure. I'll see if I can find where they mention how much she makes a year. Okay. There it is, guys. Her income is $132,000 a year. Right. And again, 30% of her income, which you can put to rent, would be $40,000. And she's only paying $24,000 and change. So Caleb, do you not realize how stupid you end up looking? And this is why I pointed this out, guys. You got to watch these YouTube gurus. Like, come on, you save for your retirement within reason, with the understanding that like your ship could go down and all your wealth could be thrown, right? So if you're risking, like if you're buying lottery tickets, you don't spend your whole paycheck on lottery tickets, right? You spend a little bit, hope it comes in. That's the same thing with retirement. You don't know what's going to happen to you. You could slip and hit your head in the shower, right? You've got to be, what's the proper term? You know, you got to think these things through, right? You got to allow for things. And again, retirement is like saving for your funeral. It's the end of your life when your body and mind starts falling apart. You do have to live when you're young and healthy while you can. And build all your memories. You think when you're 68 and you had your last heart attack, you look back and think, oh, wow, all I did was work 60-hour weeks my entire adult life. I got to think back to when I was 9 to have a good memory. I mean, who wants that, right? Anyway, I'm not going to go any further than this because this guy, as far as I'm concerned, this shows everything that's wrong, right? This guy's going to hold on an hour just saying, you know, you're wasting your money without actually saying you're wasting your money. Okay. Enough of these panhandlers on YouTube.